Athens, from democracy's birth to modern marvel, a city 3,000 years in the making. A hook and intro. Imagine a city where the very foundations of Western thought, politics, and art were meticulously laid stone by stone. A place where myths intertwined with groundbreaking ideas, where ordinary citizens held the reins of power, and where the echoes of ancient debates still resonate through bustling modern streets. This is Athens. Not just a collection of ancient ruins, but a living, breathing testament to human ambition, innovation, and an unwavering spirit of resilience that has endured for millennia. For over 3,000 years, Athens has stood, a beacon in the ever-shifting tides of history. It is the city that gave us democracy, the birthplace of philosophy with figures like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, and the stage for the dramatic arts. Its architectural marvels, primarily the magnificent Acropolis, remain among humanity's greatest achievements, inspiring awe and contemplation in equal measure. But what does it mean to walk these ancient streets today? How does a city so deeply rooted in the past flourish as a vibrant, dynamic European capital in the 21st century? Join us on an extraordinary journey, not just through geographical space, but through time itself. We will traverse the epics, from the mythical origins of the city to its unrivaled Golden Age, witnessing its triumphs and its heartbreaking falls. We will stand where citizens debated laws that changed the world, where playwrights unveiled human truths on ancient stages, and where philosophers questioned the very nature of existence. This video is your guide to understanding how Athens became the crucible of civilization and how its profound legacy continues to shape our modern world, one ancient stone and one modern heartbeat at a time. But this is more than just a history lesson. It is an invitation to experience Athens for yourself, to feel the warm Mediterranean sun on your face as you gaze upon the Parthenon, to savor the rich flavors of a traditional moussaka in a lively taverna in the shadow of ancient ruins. To lose yourself in the labyrinthine alleys of Plaka, where every corner seems to whisper tales from centuries past. Athens offers a unique opportunity to connect directly with the origins of so many of our modern concepts, from how we govern ourselves to how we express ourselves through art. So, whether you are a seasoned historian, a curious traveler, or simply someone who appreciates the incredible journey of human civilization, prepare to be captivated. We will show you not just what Athens was, but what it is today, a city where the past is not a dusty relic, but a living, breathing presence that defines its unique character. What secrets do these ancient stones still hold, and how does their story resonate in the pulse of modern Greek life? Let's begin our adventure into Athens, the city that truly shaped the world. Historical context and setup. Our story begins not with marble temples, but with myth and the rugged landscape of Attica. Long before the Golden Age, legend tells us of Cecrops, a half-human, half-serpent king who founded the city. Later, the hero Theseus unified the scattered settlements of Attica into a single powerful state, laying the mythical groundwork for what would become Athens. Archaeological evidence confirms human settlement on the Acropolis rock dating back to the Neolithic period, around 4000 before Common Era. Even then, its strategic height offered natural defense, a powerful draw for early communities. For centuries, Athens evolved, slowly shedding its early monarchical rule in favor of an aristocracy. Wealthy families, known as the Eupatridae, dominated political life, creating a system ripe for social unrest. By the 7th century before Common Era, Athens was a powder keg. Debt slavery was rampant, pushing many free citizens into servitude and fueling deep resentment between the rich landowners and the impoverished masses. This internal strife threatened to tear the nascent city-state apart, demanding radical change if Athens was to survive and prosper. Into this volatile environment stepped Solon, an Athenian statesman and poet around 594 before Common Era. Solon was a figure of immense foresight and courage. His reforms were revolutionary for their time. He abolished debt slavery, freeing those who had been enslaved and preventing future enslavement for debt. He restructured Athenian society, classifying citizens not by birth, but by wealth, allowing for broader participation in the political process. His creation of a popular assembly known as the ecclesia and the establishment of popular courts were crucial steps towards what would become democracy. Solon's reforms were not a complete democracy, but they were the crucial crack in the aristocratic edifice, laying the groundwork for greater equality and civic engagement. He returned property to those who had lost it and provided a framework for a more just society, easing the immediate social tensions. This foundational shift allowed Athens to begin consolidating its unique identity, one increasingly focused on the power of its citizenry rather than the arbitrary rule of a few. The stage was being set for a political experiment that would change the world. Yet the path to true democracy was not smooth. After Solon, Athens fell under the rule of tyrants, most notably Pisistratus and his sons. While authoritarian, Pisistratus fostered civic pride and initiated public building projects, inadvertently strengthening the city's infrastructure and cultural life. But the desire for self-governance, once awakened by Solon, could not be suppressed. After the expulsion of the last tyrant, Hippias, Athens stood at another crossroads. It yearned for true freedom, but had yet to find the definitive path to enduring popular rule. Then came Cleisthenes, around 508 before Common Era, whose radical reforms are widely considered the true birth of Athenian democracy. Cleisthenes understood that traditional tribal loyalties were a barrier to unified governance. He completely reorganized the citizen body, breaking down old kinship-based tribes and creating 10 new tribes based on geographical location. This system fostered a more inclusive political identity, where all male citizens, regardless of their aristocratic lineage, had a voice in the assembly, the ecclesia. This was the moment. This was the foundation of direct democracy, a system where eligible male citizens directly debated and voted on legislation. It was revolutionary, empowering a broad section of society in a way unheard of in the ancient world. The Pnyx, a natural amphitheater on a hill overlooking the Acropolis, became the sacred space where these citizens would gather, shaping the destiny of their city with their voices. For the first time, ordinary Athenians truly felt ownership of their polis, ready to defend it and make it prosper. This burgeoning democracy was about to be tested in the most brutal way imaginable. To the east, the vast and formidable Persian Empire under King Darius I cast a long shadow. After suppressing Greek revolts in Ionia, Darius set his sights on mainland Greece, intending to punish Athens for its support of the rebels. The clash between these two vastly different civilizations, a monolithic empire versus a confederation of independent city-states, now led by a nascent democracy, was inevitable. The stakes could not have been higher. The year was 490 before Common Era. The Persians landed at Marathon, a plain just northeast of Athens. Against overwhelming odds, a smaller Athenian force, bolstered by a contingent from Plataea, confronted the invaders. Their victory at the Battle of Marathon was nothing short of miraculous, a triumph of hoplite discipline and democratic resolve. It was the first time a Greek army had decisively defeated the seemingly invincible Persians, igniting a fierce sense of national pride and solidifying the Athenians' belief in their own strength and their unique form of governance. 10 years later, the Persians returned, this time under Darius's son, Xerxes I, with an even larger force. This was to be the ultimate test. Athens, guided by the strategic genius of Themistocles, had invested heavily in its navy, building a fleet of advanced triremes. While the Spartans and other Greeks heroically held the line at Thermopylae, buying crucial time, the fate of Greece was ultimately decided at sea. In the narrow straits of Salamis, the Athenian navy, combined with other Greek forces, lured the massive Persian fleet into a trap and annihilated it. The battles of Marathon and Salamis were more than just military victories, they were a profound psychological triumph. They proved that a free people, fighting for their homes and their democratic ideals, could stand against the greatest empire the world had ever known. These victories catapulted Athens to unprecedented prestige and power. The city that had been sacked and burned by the Persians was now poised for its greatest era, its Golden Age, an era that would leave an indelible mark on human civilization. The story unfolds. The defeat of the Persian Empire ushered in the Golden Age of Athens, a period of unparalleled flourishing from roughly 461 to 404 before Common Era. With the immediate threat gone, Athens leveraged its naval supremacy and newfound prestige to form the Delian League, an alliance of Greek city-states ostensibly for mutual defense. However, Athens gradually transformed the league into an empire, relocating the treasury from Delos to Athens itself. This immense wealth, coupled with a period of remarkable political stability, provided the resources for an explosion of creativity. At the heart of this golden age was a man of extraordinary vision and leadership, Pericles. For decades, Pericles guided Athens, solidifying its democratic institutions and spearheading an ambitious public building program that would transform the city. He believed in the power of the people, encouraging broad citizen participation in the assembly, the courts, and public offices, even instituting payment for public service to ensure that poverty would not be a barrier to civic duty. Pericles' vision for Athens was not just political, it was aesthetic. He famously declared Athens to be the school of Hellas, a model for the entire Greek world. Under his patronage, master sculptors like Phidias led a monumental reconstruction project on the Acropolis, transforming the scarred citadel into a breathtaking complex of temples and public buildings. This was not merely construction. It was an artistic and architectural revolution designed to glorify Athena, the city's patron goddess, and to embody the ideals of Athenian democracy and power. The crown jewel of this program, the Parthenon, was completed around 438 before Common Era. Dedicated to Athena Parthenos, the virgin goddess, it was a triumph of Doric architecture, renowned for its harmonious proportions and subtle optical refinements. There are no straight lines in the Parthenon. Every column, every step, every frieze was designed with minute curves and inclinations to create an illusion of perfect straightness and balance from afar. It was a masterpiece of human ingenuity and artistic perfection, built with dazzling white Pentelic marble. But the Acropolis was more than just the Parthenon. The monumental gateway, the Propylaea, served as a grand entrance, blending Doric and Ionic styles. The Erechtheion, an intricate Ionic temple, housed ancient cult statues and featured the iconic caryatid porch, where 6 maidens supported the roof with serene grace. The small, elegant temple of Athena Nike, overlooking the entrance, celebrated victory. These structures weren't just buildings, they were narrative sculptures telling the stories of gods, heroes, and Athenian glory. The Agora, the heart of civic life, also flourished. Stoas, covered walkways, provided shelter for merchants and philosophers alike. Public buildings facilitated the daily administration of the democracy. Here, Socrates walked and engaged passers-by in his relentless questioning, forever challenging the assumptions of his fellow Athenians. Plato, his student, would later establish his academy, laying the foundations for Western philosophy. Aristotle, a student of Plato, would found the Lyceum, expanding the scope of human knowledge into logic, ethics, and the natural sciences. Theater, too, reached its zenith. The Theater of Dionysus, nestled on the southern slope of the Acropolis, was the birthplace of Greek tragedy and comedy. Playwrights like Aeschylus, Sophocles, and Euripides explored profound human themes, fate, justice, honor, and betrayal, in powerful dramas that resonated with thousands of Athenian citizens. Aristophanes, with his biting political comedies, satirized the very leaders and policies of the day, a testament to the freedom of speech inherent in the Athenian democracy. This was Athens at its peak, a vibrant, intellectual, and artistic powerhouse, a city that truly believed in the power of its citizens. But this golden glow was not without shadows. Athens' imperial ambitions, its dominance over the Delian League, and its immense power increasingly alarmed its rival, Sparta. Sparta, with its oligarchic system and land-based military might, represented a stark contrast to Athenian democracy and naval strength. The stage was set for a monumental clash, the Peloponnesian War, a conflict that would tear the Greek world apart. The Peloponnesian War, lasting from 431 to 404 before Common Era, was a devastating, protracted conflict. Pericles' strategy for Athens relied on its formidable navy, using the long walls to connect the city to its port, Piraeus, ensuring supply lines during sieges. He aimed to avoid direct land confrontation with the superior Spartan army, instead relying on naval raids and economic attrition. But fate had a cruel hand to play. In 430 before Common Era, a terrible plague swept through Athens, exacerbated by the crowded conditions within the long walls. It decimated the population, killing tens of thousands, including Pericles himself. This loss was catastrophic, robbing Athens of its greatest leader and plunging the city into a period of political instability and moral decline. Despite this, the war dragged on, marked by brutal sieges, naval battles, and shifting alliances. The war finally ended in 404 before Common Era with Athens's crushing defeat. Its navy was destroyed, its long walls torn down by the victorious Spartans, and its empire dissolved. A brief, brutal oligarchic regime, the 30 Tyrants, was imposed, bringing an end to the radical democracy. Though democracy was soon restored, Athens never fully regained its former imperial power or its dazzling Golden Age. The Peloponnesian War left all of Greece weakened, paving the way for the rise of a new power to the north, Macedon. Under Macedonian rule, first by Philip II and later by his son, Alexander the Great, Athens lost its political independence. It remained, however, an esteemed cultural and intellectual center, its philosophical schools and artistic traditions continuing to thrive. When Greece eventually fell under Roman control in 146 before Common Era, Athens maintained its status as a prestigious university city. Roman emperors and wealthy citizens admired its heritage, commissioning new public buildings and preserving its ancient marvels, albeit as part of a larger empire. Centuries passed, Athens became part of the Byzantine Empire, then suffered various invasions from Goths, Slavs, and Crusaders. Its importance waned significantly, overshadowed by Constantinople. The Parthenon, once a temple to Athena, was converted into a Christian church dedicated to the Virgin Mary. In the mid-15th century, Athens fell to the Ottoman Empire, marking a long period of decline. The Parthenon was then converted into a mosque, and the city became a small, provincial town, a mere shadow of its glorious past, its ancient stones now bearing the scars of successive conquests and changing faiths. This centuries-long decline would only be reversed in the 19th century, with the Greek War of Independence against the Ottoman Empire. After securing its freedom, the newly formed Greek state needed a capital. Despite its ruined state, Athens was chosen for its immense historical and symbolic significance. In 1834, Athens was officially declared the capital, sparking an ambitious program of urban reconstruction and archaeological excavation. The city began its remarkable journey from a forgotten provincial outpost to the vibrant modern metropolis we see today. constantly redefining its identity while fiercely embracing its extraordinary heritage. Impact and legacy. The legacy of Athens is not confined to dusty history books or crumbling ruins. It is a living, breathing force that continues to shape our world in profound and undeniable ways. Nowhere is this more apparent than in the very concept of democracy itself. The Athenian experiment, though limited by modern standards excluding women, slaves, and foreigners, laid the conceptual and practical groundwork for popular governance. Their direct assembly, citizen juries, and elected officials were revolutionary, providing a model that has inspired political systems across the globe for over 2 millennia. Walk through the Phoenix today, the very hill where Athenian citizens gathered for their assembly, and you can almost feel the weight of those decisions. It's here, amidst the quiet scrubland, that the ideals of free speech, civic duty, and the power of the people were first debated and enshrined. It is a humbling experience to stand on that rock, looking out over modern Athens, and realize that the voices which first articulated government by the people resonated right here. Then there is philosophy. The intellectual curiosity sparked in Athens by figures like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle was unparalleled. They pioneered critical thinking, logic, ethics, metaphysics, and political theory, creating the bedrock of Western intellectual tradition. From the Agora, where Socrates questioned everything, to Plato's Academy and Aristotle's Lyceum, Athens was the crucible where reason and inquiry were forged. Every time we engage in critical thought, every time we question assumptions, we are, in a way, walking in their footsteps. The arts and architecture of Athens also set enduring standards. The balanced proportions, harmonious designs, and idealized forms of classical Greek architecture, epitomized by the Parthenon, continue to inspire architects and artists worldwide. From the Renaissance to modern neoclassicism, the aesthetic principles developed on the Acropolis have been repeatedly emulated and revered. The Parthenon's elegance and precision are not just feats of engineering, they are expressions of a worldview, a search for order and beauty that defines much of Western art. Today, the Acropolis remains the most iconic symbol of Athens and a UNESCO World Heritage Site, drawing millions of visitors each year. The Acropolis Museum, a stunning modern architectural achievement at the foot of the ancient citadel, provides crucial context. Its transparent floors reveal ongoing archaeological excavations beneath, while its top floor mirrors the Parthenon's frieze, allowing visitors to appreciate the scale and detail of the original sculptures in a controlled environment. The ancient Agora, now a vast archaeological park northwest of the Acropolis, invites visitors to step directly into the heart of ancient Athenian civic life. Here, amongst the ruins of stoas and public buildings, and around the remarkably preserved Temple of Hephaestus, you can almost hear the echoes of merchants, politicians, and philosophers. The reconstructed stoa of Attalos now houses a museum, further illustrating the vibrant activity that once filled this space. Even the urban planning and civic ideals of the Athenian polis, with its emphasis on public space and collective decision-making, influenced urban organization and civic ideals across civilizations. The Piraeus port, once the naval powerhouse of Athens, remains a bustling hub for ferries to the Greek islands, a continuity of maritime activity spanning millennia. The very layout of modern Athens, with its grand boulevards and neoclassical buildings, reflects a conscious effort in the 19th century to echo the grandeur of its ancient past. Athens has undeniably transformed, with its modern sprawl often encroaching upon or overshadowing its ancient past. Yet the city's identity remains deeply intertwined with its history. The Acropolis, visible from almost every corner of the city, serves as a constant, silent reminder of its extraordinary heritage, a beacon guiding its present. Its legacy is not just in its ruins, but in the fundamental ideas it bequeathed to the world, ideas that continue to resonate in political thought, art, and philosophy, making Athens truly the school of Hellas even today. Reflections and lessons. To visit Athens is to engage with history on a deeply personal level. It is to walk in the footsteps of giants, to stand in the very spaces where ideas that shaped human civilization were first conceived and debated. This experience transcends mere sightseeing. It offers profound reflections on the nature of humanity, the enduring power of ideas, and the cycles of creation and destruction. One of the most powerful lessons Athens offers is about the birth and evolution of democracy. It reminds us that democracy is not a static ideal, but a dynamic, often messy, and continuously evolving experiment. The Athenian democracy, while groundbreaking, had its flaws and ultimately fell. Yet its core principles, citizen participation, rule of law, and freedom of speech, survived and thrived, demonstrating the resilience of human aspiration for self-governance. It prompts us to consider the fragility and preciousness of our own democratic institutions. Athens also exemplifies the rise and fall of imperial power. Its trajectory from a leading city-state to a dominant empire and its eventual decline due to internal strife and external conflict, particularly the Peloponnesian War, offers enduring lessons on the dynamics of power, ambition, and the human cost of hubris. It's a poignant reminder that even the greatest civilizations are not immune to decline, and that unchecked power can lead to self-destruction. For the modern traveler, Athens offers a unique opportunity to appreciate the layers of time. You can literally walk through millennia of history in a single day. The same ground that hosted ancient philosophical debates now supports bustling cafes and vibrant markets. The Parthenon, once a pagan temple, then a church, then a mosque, stands as a symbol of continuous human habitation and adaptation. This layering teaches us about the resilience of human culture and the way societies adapt, transform, and integrate their past into their present. Best time to visit Athens is during spring, April to May, or autumn, September to October. The weather is pleasantly mild, perfect for exploring the extensive outdoor archaeological sites, and the crowds are more manageable than in the scorching summer months. Arrive at the Acropolis right when it opens in the morning to beat the heat and the largest tour groups. The early morning light also bathes the marble in a magical glow, perfect for photography. Don't miss the Acropolis Museum, located at the foot of the Acropolis. It's a modern masterpiece that provides crucial context for the artifacts you'll see on the hill. Visit it before or after your Acropolis tour to fully appreciate the sculptures, friezes, and architectural elements. For a truly unique experience, seek out the tiny Anaphiatica neighborhood, a cyclotic-style village nestled right beneath the Acropolis in Plaka. Its whitewashed houses and winding alleys offer a tranquil escape and a charming glimpse into traditional Greek island life in the heart of the city. Finally, Athens encourages us to connect past and present. It invites us to understand that while much has changed, the fundamental human questions about justice, beauty, purpose, and community remain. The vibrant contemporary city with its passionate people, delicious food, and lively street art is not separate from its ancient roots. It is a continuation, a living testament to the enduring spirit of human endeavor, reminding us that history is not dead, but a dynamic force that continues to shape who we are and where we are going. Outro. Our journey through Athens has taken us from mythical beginnings to the very forefront of modern European life, traversing millennia of human history. We have witnessed the birth of democracy, the flourishing of philosophy and art, the rise and fall of empires, and the unwavering resilience of a city that has continuously reinvented itself. The echoes of Socrates, the grandeur of Pericles, and the enduring beauty of the Parthenon are not just distant memories. They are palpable presences that define the unique soul of Athens. You've seen how this city is more than just a collection of archaeological sites. It's a living, breathing testament to the human spirit. The ancient stones whisper stories of ambition, tragedy, and triumph, while the modern streets pulse with a vibrant energy that connects you to the continuous flow of Greek culture. From the intellectual debates in the Agora to the lively discussions over Mesedhes in Plaka, the spirit of engagement and inquiry, born thousands of years ago, remains undeniably alive. So, if you've been inspired by the epic saga of Athens, if you yearn to stand where history was made and feel the profound connection to the origins of our world, then your next adventure awaits. Come and experience Athens for yourself. Walk the ancient paths, marvel at the timeless architecture, savor the incredible flavors, and immerse yourself in a city where every corner tells a story. It's an unforgettable journey that will change the way you see the past, and indeed the present. What aspect of Athens, ancient or modern, fascinates you the most? Did you find a hidden gem we missed? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. We love hearing from you. If this journey through time and culture has captivated you, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more historical explorations and travel adventures. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep discovering the incredible stories our world has to tell. F. Haristo.